do-rags, wave cream, brushes. Get the best products for your 360 waves at wavymerch.com.
Money to me is just a means of survival, but you determine your level of survival. So if you want a big car, you want a big house, you want the latest drip, you're gonna need to work hard to maintain that level of survival. When you see me count money in these videos, I'm not doing it to show off, I'm not doing it to brag. I'm doing it to show you that if you make the sacrifices, you're gonna be able to get whatever it is you want. You know, if you want $1 million, you can go do it, but that comes at a price. You determine if you want to pay that price or not. All right, you guys, today is November 24th, I think, and it's official. I don't think I've really updated you guys since, but I came to the conclusion that I wanted to close down a store. And so I signed a new deal for my competitor's business. They went out of business, and I need to secure that lease because he would have leased it out to another dispensary. And then my building's getting torn down in November next year, so I would have been left out the mix. I would have been booted out of Kingston. So I got to a point where I said, look, you know what? I have to secure this location. So I'll talk more in detail about that in another clip, but the purpose of this clip is to show you guys that I'm packing up. I was open for maybe a month, and you know what? It was slow. But I know if I probably stuck it out, it would have obviously gotten better. But I just got hit with a lot of expenses one time that I wasn't able to, that I had to figure out a way to make it work to secure the Kingston location, because that's the breadwinner. I'm gonna try and, off the top of my head, explain to you the expenses that I had in the final quarter of 2021. So I'm paying rent for 3 stores. I just opened 2 stores, so that's 4 bands each store. I'm running inventory for 3 stores. I'm paying salary for 2 stores because I was working at 1 store. I had to remit my HST, which is every time you go to a store and you pay tax, that tax I give straight to the government. So I had that I had to pay. My Honda broke down at the time, so I had to get a new car. What else did I have? So the previous tenant of my competitors went out of business, so I bought her out so she could relinquish her lease and leave. I paid her a fat check. Then I had to sign a new lease with the landlord of the new unit, which was first and last month's rent. Then I had to pay 4 bands again to open up the store. How much money are we at right now? Like at this point, I'm just sounding like I'm broke at this point. How much money do you think I have in my pockets, bro? I noticed something else that I'm missing. When I broke the lease for the Danforth location, I had to pay a penalty because I just signed a 5-year lease, and I'm like, hey guys, I can't pay the rent anymore. But we just signed a 5-year contract. You know, there's a penalty for that. I had to pay that. And then I had to pay, it was the year end, so I had to pay my accountant fees at that time. So, bro, I'm tapped out. But what that taught me, the fact that I made it out of that, it goes to show you how important money management is. And you need to look at your life like a business. Every dollar you get, you need to give that dollar a purpose. Because if you're just getting money and you're just going crazy with whatever it is you're buying and spending your money on, your business is gonna fail. Because yeah, I make a lot of money, but if I spent all that money on new cars, new drip, eating at all the fancy restaurants, you think I'd be able to buy the new unit? Probably not. So money management is super important. And if I didn't follow a strict regime of money management, I wouldn't have been able to make it, and the company would have been dead. People would have lost jobs. Wavy Buds would be non-existent. So you need to have a level of maturity to be able to dictate what your money does. You know, when I get money, I'm not even like, oh yeah, I just got 10 bands. I don't even think like that anymore. When I get money, I'm like, I already know that there's a bunch of bills that I gotta pay to maintain this. So when I get money now, that's why I don't get excited. I'm just like, yo, I'm surviving. I get this money, okay, I'm gonna put 90% of that money to work, maybe even 100% of it. Money management, y'all. Make sure you guys follow that. You're not gonna be able to thrive. You're not gonna be able to take that step forward if you don't manage your money properly. I'm profiting at Kingston making money, but I'm using all the money to maintain this store and Western, which doesn't make sense. You know, so I said, look, I'm getting rid of one store for now, which is gonna be this store, and it's the most expensive one. And it sucks. Sometimes I feel like I'm quitting. Like as I pack up, as I'm thinking, I'm just like, yo, I don't necessarily like need to do it. I can make this work, but I made my decision. You know, and I know I'm gonna be much happier when this is gone because I won't have the headache. I'll have more free time. I'll have more money on top of that, and I think I'm just happier. That's the main thing. Like I've been going so hard for so long. Like I don't know why I went so crazy opening 3 stores. 2 would have been good, and seeing how 2 worked. Like if 2 was good, then I would have said, okay, look, you know what, we can do 3. At the same time, my 1 store could maintain all these stores, but at the same time, I'd be working every day. We'd have little to no money. If something were to pop up, like I have to buy my competitors out, I wouldn't have the money for it because I'm payroll out the ass, rent out the ass, taxes out the ass. Me and my landlord came to an agreement. I'm getting released from the lease, and I'm happy. You know, my life is gonna be better for sure moving forward. I'm gonna have more money. Getting out of this and paying the penalty, I'm gonna end up making that money back in less than a month. You know, so just packing up right now, and I'll show you guys in another clip what the other spot is looking like.
This was a crazy moment when I first walked in to the competitor's building. I never seen inside. They didn't even have pictures of what the store looked like online. So once I walked in, it was a crazy moment. That's the only way I could describe it because I had beef with these guys for almost a year now, and I'm stepping into the unit for the first time about to buy it. You know, so looking through, it was pretty empty. There was nothing really there. And then as I was looking through it, I'm just like, look, I can't believe customers were coming here when they could have been coming to Wavy Buds the whole time. You know, but it was definitely an exhilarating moment when I walked in and I just started looking around. I said, yo, I think this is big. This is major. This is super big. And it was a lot. I was happy.
I just had a moment. I just got back to the crib and I just like took everything in. And when I didn't have a crib, it was really hard. Like mentally, it was really bad. Not because of what I had to do while I was living there. I was grateful that I had a roof over my head, I had a bathroom. Those are the necessities, and I had that. But not having a kitchen, not having a shower, it wasn't like a home to me. It wasn't. That feeling of home, I didn't have that. Mind you, my family is not here in Toronto, so I really have no sense of home. And that shit is very depressing, you know, very depressing, because it just brings you so low of not having home. You know, it's hard.
So those times where, you know, I had no home, I was definitely homeless. I was sleeping on my friends' couches. Bro, I had no crib. Like I was actually homeless. If I'm not at my store, you know, I had someone that I was living with at the time. If I wasn't there, I'm at my boy's crib. Like I'm literally going couch to couch or to my store. If I wanted to shower, you guys already know what I had to do. I either went to the gym or I was asking my boy, can I use your shower? You know, so those were depressing times, but I made it out of that.
You know, so now that I got my own crib, like I actually got a crib where I'm comfortable. You know, I have my bed, I have my TV, my computer, my shower, my washing machine, my kitchen, my backyard, you know, my parking spot. I have everything that I could ask for. Now that I have it, now that I was without it, and I got it now, I really appreciate it. I'm grateful. Like I can never complain because I'm able to come home. I'm able to come to my home and have some sense of a home feeling.
So once I realized that my life is shit, any ego that I had, and I don't have an ego, I wouldn't say I do, but any type of ego that I had was completely destroyed at that point. How am I gonna have an ego when I'm going couch to couch, bro? When I don't even have a crib, when I can't even cook food. For me to cook food at the Danforth store, so you know how there's stairs and underneath there's an open space underneath the stairs. So I had my air fryer in there, and for me to go in there and cook food, I would literally crouch down because I'm 6'3" and the stairs are not that big. So I'm literally crouched in the bathroom to the side
There's a little enclosure there underneath the stairs. I have my air fryer in there, and I'll have to literally crouch up like this, put my food in, and then crawl out to cook my food. And when I say cook my food, I mean air fry my chicken. If I wanted to season my chicken, I only have one sink. So guess where I season my chicken, bro? I season my chicken in the bathroom. That's the only water I have. So what do you think that taught me? How do you think that made me feel when I was in that situation? But at the time, yeah, I have a big Benz. I have bear stores. But I'm doing these type of things to maintain that, which is what you don't see. But when I got my crib, I'll never forget that moment. To this day, that was one of the greatest moments of my life. When I walked into my crib, I walked to the bathroom. I said, yo, I have a shower. When I walked to my kitchen, opened my fridge, I said, brother, I have a fridge. I have a sink. When I walked into the other room and I had a washing machine and a dryer, that was one of the greatest moments of my life. I remember how I felt to this day. And I'm forever grateful for the necessities, the shower, the kitchen, the bed, the heat. All those things made me happy. That's when I felt fulfilled. It didn't matter if I made $1 million. I was empty. But when I realized that, yo, I have the necessities, I have my health, I have a shower, I never felt that fulfilled ever in my life than that moment right there.
You know, maybe the next step is people, bro. You know, being by myself is I feel like I want more love and I need more energy. Because when I don't know, when I'm on my ones and I'm locked in, that's cool. But sometimes when I have other people around me, it gives me there's more energy to feed off of. There's more people to talk to. Like, I would love to go talk to my dad, bro. I go see your dad. What are you doing right now? Like, I don't do that. Like, I don't live with my family. I can't go to my mom and say, Mom, what are we watching on TV right now? And sit down and watch TV with my mom. I haven't done that in, over a year, bro. But before that, probably another year. It's periodical for me. You don't just have that family love. My sister, bro, walk into my sister's room, like, yo, what's good? Let's go. Like, yo, just what's up? You know, just talk to my family. What's good? What's up? My family, they don't know me. They know me, but there's still so many details about my demeanor and attitude that they don't know. And that's it feels kind of.
I left my family in 2016. You know, they live in Barbados and we all lived out there. And then I came back to Toronto on my own 2016. You know, so leaving my family it was very easy at the time. But the more that I stayed away, the more I was on my own out here. It became a little more difficult because I would see friends. That's something that I lacked. That's something that I didn't have, is I didn't have family. So family to me became very important. If my family became my friends, their family became my family. And that stuff was very sentimental to me because I don't have that. You know, so that gave me a sense of love. That gave me a sense of I have someone that I could rely on. You know, and that definitely, yeah, that's big for me, for sure.
Knowing that my family, they're out there. My family are together. I'm the only one that's not there. Doesn't that sound up? That sounds crazy to me, man. Shit. This all just has to be worth it. That's why I have to go hard. I have to go harder. I have to make this shit happen. There's no other way. There's no other way. Bro, what do you want me to do? What can I do? I'm gonna have to do it. And I have to lock in. I have to get locked in. Super locked in. Super locked in. That's the only way. That's the only way I'll be able to fulfill this. That's the only way, is if I lock in. Let's do it.